Hi everyone. Let's talk about RBI Grade B salary. If you become an RBI Grade B officer, then what kind of salary can you expect? Now, I've already talked about this some months back, and when I talked about this, in detail, I discussed what exactly are the parameters that one should or can be looking for along with salary, not only in hand what you get, but along with salary that actually matter a lot when you end up working with the government for the government. And this is the same document which I used in detail. I talked about a lot of things that we normal do not count in salary, but they actually play a very important role in determining the how good or bad the organization is. In this, I talked about the house that you get, the health insurance that you get. I also discussed and I shared my own personal stories when I was working in SBI, how these kind of facilities actually freed me up a lot into focusing on other things, not focusing too much or spending a large chunk of my salary on something like house or insurance, my health, all those things. I did not have to worry about those. Now, I will be sharing the link of this video in the description below. If you want to understand the salary in detail, you can have a look and watch the entire video as well because it's not very old. But today I want to take you a little forward. Why? Because there has been some revisions in the salary structure of all the government organizations as a part of 8th Pay Commission and also in banks and RBI as a part of their revision because of inflation. Now, as a part of this revision, what exactly has changed? Let's try and understand that. Let's try and talk about that. Now, last time we discussed, I said that in-hand salary is somewhere around 1,10,000, 1,16,000, somewhere around that. Depends upon what kind of tax planning are you doing, what kind of allowances are you eligible for, what kind of allowances are you not eligible. Let's say you have a kid, then you're eligible for children allowance. Let's say you've not taken the house of RBI, then you get house rent allowance, so on and so forth. There are hundreds of such allowances, and discussing all of them is actually useless. Let's try and compress our discussion and talk about what matters. So what matters is what are the changes that we have seen now because of revision in salary. To help you understand that, I've compressed it and summarized it, simplified it a lot. That will help you understand what exactly has changed and how is it expected to affect you if you end up working with RBI in the next 1 year. So basic pay for a new employee, for a person who is recently joined in the last 1 year, used to be 55,200. Now this has been increased to 58,050 rupees approximately. That means approximately 3,000 revision. तो 3,000 रुपए इधर बढ़ गए हमारे. But if you're an employee who joined about 2 years, 3 years back, still a grade B officer, but you joined 2 years back, then the revision is going to be more. When you joined, your salary was 55,200, the basic pay. Now it is 63,750. That means the increase is 8,500, 5,000 more than a new employee. So if you join today, you will be getting a basic pay of this, but 2 years, 3 years down the line, it will increase by 3, 4, 5,000 also. That is a good thing that they're revising and increasing it probably on a yearly basis. That automatically helps you a lot as a person because your salary keeps increasing. It also gives you some kind of motivation. But it is not limited to basic pay only. There are revisions in other areas as well. If you're a new employee, let's say joining today or joined in the past 1 year, your DA used to be 27,000. This is the maximum increase where we have seen because DNS allowance is basically an inflation allowance. Now it is 45,000, which means an increment of 18,000 rupees just in DNS allowance, which is the most important and the biggest part of the increase on increment in salary which has happened. Special perquisite allowance, it used to be 4,100 for a person who is joined in the last 1 year. Now it has increased to 9,700, which means an increment of 5,600 approximately. Now these are not exact numbers, almost exact, but there might be a variation of 100, 200, 150 rupees here and there based upon the employee as well, because a lot of things go on in deciding these numbers. Okay. So the total revision or total increment comes out to 26,600. इसको राउंड ऑफ कर लेते हैं, 30,000 का इंक्रीमेंट आपको हुआ है. पहले मैंने बताया था आपको लास्ट वीडियो में, द इन हैंड सैलरी आफ्टर योर टैक्सेस and after your NPS, मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है this is in hand after tax and after NPS, which means ये आपके खाते में आएगा, ये आपके अकाउंट में आएगा, and you can use this money. This is what used to be 1,16,000. Remember, इस 1,16,000 में आपको हाउस भी मिल गया है. So this 1,16,000 plus you have a house which is provided by RBI. If you're not taking the house provided by RBI, then you get somewhere around 75,000 extra cash into your own account, and you can use that money to rent a house of whatever you like. If you're not renting a house, if you're taking the house provided by RBI, then 1,16,000 you will get. Okay, lot of other allowances are also depending upon this only. But in short, if you're using all the perks, all the allowances, everything that RBI is giving to the maximum level, and after your taxes, after fulfilling your NPS retirement benefit amount, you used to get 1,16,000. Now it has increased to almost 1,42,600. Let's round it off again, 1,43,000. तो 1.5 लाख के आसपास आपको सैलरी मिल रही है अभी इन हैंड आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग एवरीथिंग, टैक्स वैक्स सब हटा के 1,43,000. 1,40,000 कर देते हैं बिकॉज टैक्स भी बढ़ जाएगा. जब आपका रिविजन हुआ है तो टैक्स भी बढ़ जाएगा. तो 1,40,000 के आसपास आपको मिल रहा है इन अ सिटी लाइक मुंबई. दिस इज अ वेरी गुड नंबर. आई डोंट थिंक अगर आपको घर मिल रहा है, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस मिल रहा है, एनपीएस आपका कट चुका है, टैक्स आपके जा चुके हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा खर्चे नहीं बचते हैं. यू गेटिंग आपको गाड़ी चलाने के लिए लोन भी सस्ता मिल रहा है, आपको पेट्रोल का अलाउंस भी मिल रहा है, सब कुछ मिल रहा है, तो खर्चे बहुत ज़्यादा बचते नहीं हैं. सो आउट ऑफ दिस 140 यू कैन ईजिली इन्वेस्ट. जो मैंने प्रीवियस वीडियो में बात करी थी कि आपको 140 मिल रहा है, यू कैन ईजिली विदाउट एनी प्रॉब्लम इन्वेस्ट हाफ ऑफ दिस इन ईदर स्टॉक मार्केट, गेटिंग अ हाउस, मेकिंग अदर काइंड्स ऑफ लॉन्ग टर्म शॉर्ट टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. गोल्ड लेना है, गोल्ड ले सकते हो. सॉवरन गोल्ड बॉन्ड तो खत्म हो गए, लेकिन गोल्ड के ETFs आ गए हैं, वो ले सकते हो. You can invest in multiple places, diversify within this 70,000 bracket that you have, which is a very good investment. 70,000 per month you are investing. In 1 year you are investing almost 8 lakh rupees. 12,7, 8.4. Almost 8 lakh rupees you are investing every year. You keep investing it for the next 20-25 years. When you get old, you have a big corpus. You don't need to depend on somebody for your retirement. That is the idea. And you can still enjoy. आपके पास 70-80 हज़ार रुपए हैं, आप काफ़ी एंजॉय कर सकते हो. अब व्हेन यू गो ऑन ट्रैवल करने जाओगे तब भी आरबीआई आपको हेल्प करेगा, वहाँ पे भी आपको पे करेगा. आपको घर में शिफ्ट हो गए, आपको फर्नीचर का पैसा भी मिलेगा. यू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ बेनिफिट्स अदर देन दिस पे दैट यू आर गेटिंग एट होम. ये आपको जो 1,40,000 मिल रहा है, इसके अलावा वो बहुत सारे पर्क्स हैं जो आपको मिलते हैं. तो वो सब अगर आप काउंट करने लगोगे तो एक्चुअली काफ़ी ज़्यादा पैसा हो जाता है. तो आप 70, 80, 90,000 यू गेटिंग जस्ट टू शॉप, जस्ट टू स्पेंड, जस्ट टू कंज्यूम. घर का खाना खाने के लिए, बाहर का खाना खाने के लिए, ये सारी चीज़ों के लिए आपके पास काफ़ी डिसेंट पैसा है, गिवन दैट यू आर अ गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय. सो इन शॉर्ट आई कैन से दैट इट्स अ वेरी गुड काइंड ऑफ सैलरी दैट यू आर गेटिंग. You should not be too worried about it. I don't want to talk about it a lot also because I don't think it should be a point of concern for students. Why? Because it is already good enough. You just tell yourself it's good enough. I don't need to think about it. Let's think about getting through RBI examination and not about salary anymore. Now that I know it's going to be decent enough, I will not have to think about asking for money from someone else once I get in. That is all that matters. I can take care of myself. I can take care of my family if I want, and I can take care of my own personal growth needs also down the line. So let's worry about clearing the exam and not worry about other things, trivial things like salary, etc., etc. Okay, so that is all from my side. I am very sure that you learned something new. Even if you didn't, you just had this idea now. You know what kind of salary are you going to get, and that itself is good enough to keep make you less anxious and more focused towards the examination. I'll see you very soon. Keep studying hard. The examination is coming up. It's very near, and therefore your effort should also keep increasing as the examination is getting near. All the best. Take care. Bye bye. Jai Hind.